Hey, Miss Robs.
Hey, Attorney Atkins, how you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good.
Good deal.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am ready to proceed with the afternoon docket. It is my understanding that the Detroit Detention Center is on with Mr. Richardson. If I could get an ROA for him, please. Are they still there at the DDOC? All right, Ms. Robs, until I see them, I will keep going. Yes, give them a call, let them know that I'm ready. All right, who do I have up first? Mr. Fikens?
Judge, my people, we are ready for the court whenever the court is ready. They're in the breakout room.
Okay. All right, very good. Let's bring everybody out of the breakout room so we can get started. All right, wonderful. Mr. Richardson, I have the following matter for you, SP 106-06801. I also have 200-572-3501. Mr. Richardson, state your full name, please.
Anthony Richardson.
Mr. Richardson, why are you at the detention center?
I made a left turn, ma'am, when I should have right.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I made a left when I should have made a right.
Mr. Richardson, have you been using? You went back to using?
No, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Richardson.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ms. Richardson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Miss Robs or Mr. Fikens, what would you like to say to be asked to Mr. Richardson?
Well, I can go first, Judge. I certainly am happy that Mr. Richardson is alive and well. I think he wants to, even though he made a left when he should have made a right, I think now is the time to go straight ahead, sir, and finish this program and do the right thing if the court will let you. But you have to ask to be allowed to continue in this program, sir. And I hope you do. I want to see you do well. I hope Ms. Robs feels the same way. But it's good to see you alive, sir. Could have been a lot worse.
All right, thank you. Ms. Robs?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to, Mr. Richardson, I concur with you, Attorney Fikens. I would like to see him continue on the program. Mr. Richardson has been gone for a significant amount of time. And in fact, as it relates to his warrant status, it was because he did go back to using. So I just want to, say that. But what I am going to say, Mr. Richardson, is that I am extremely happy to see that you are alive and, still doing well, and I just wish, that I hope that your desire is to continue on the program, because I do think that you can benefit from this. I do think that there are still, facilities and a process that we can go through in order to help you get back on track, if you're willing to do so. So, Your Honor, I would like for, Mr. Richardson to remain in the program. I would like Your Honor to make a recommendation for Mr. Richardson to get on to be reassessed. I've been trying to get in contact with Mr. Kushiri. I do have another contact, so I would have to, he would have to be put on the phone with the VA. They generally will allow you to go up there into the 7th floor and be assessed as a walk-in. But with it, with it being kind of later in the day, it would have to probably be something that has to take place in the morning, because the time constraints and not being able to connect with his VJOC. But I would like for him to remain and get back reassessed and get back into treatment, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much, Ms. Robs. And so for purposes of today's hearing, I am going to remand Mr. Richardson to the Wayne County Jail. Ms. Robs, if you could check with Ms. Taylor, there is an order that I need you to prepare, or that I need Mr. Fifens. I don't know who prepared it on this morning, if it was you or if it was Attorney Griffin, but it is an order to have him tested at the Wayne County Jail, and to have the results provided to the court, because I want to know what's in his system, because according to him, Ms. Robs, he did not go back out and use. And so if he's not being truthful with me, I'll find out, and then I'll deal with him not being truthful, as opposed to, you know, yeah. So I need him to be truthful, and so I need that order. I am not going to bring Mr. Richardson back to see me until it will be on June 21st, 2022, and that's going to be at 8:35 a.m. He will remain in the custody of the Wayne County Jail. Right, Mr. Richardson, I'm gonna see you on Tuesday, okay?
Your Honor, if I might, I would ask that the file be marked medical. If there's any medical
Yes,
need.
I will mark his file medical. I'll mark his file medical. Thank you. Ms. Drew, let's make sure that happens. All right, Mr. Richardson, do you have anything else for the court today?
I don't have nothing for the court, man.
All right, very good. All right, I'll see you in a week, sir. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Excuse me,
thank
Judge
you.
Holmes.
Yes,
Let's go on the medical situation. Will it be handled here? Can I get the mint emailed to me here at the Detroit Detention Center?
yes, sir. Give me that address.
Green J11 at michigan.gov, Your Honor. Thank you.
Did you get that, Ms. Drew? I'm sorry. No, ma'am. Oh, it's Green J as in Johnny 11 at michigan.gov. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, we have it now. You'll get that
Judge Holmes?
Yes,
Ma'am?
sir.
Yes, ma'am. Will my medical needs be handled all here?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And so we're going to mark your file medical. Also, Ms. Robs, let's reach out to Director Bomer at the Wayne County Jail and let her know that he's there and he has some medical concerns, and we want to make sure that he's attended to.
Yes, Your
Okay,
Honor.
he's gonna be here at least a week.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. All right, thank
Have
you,
a
Mr.
blessed day.
Richardson.
Bye-bye.
Do the same. Bye-bye. And then on his mid, it's going to say that he's to be dressed out and brought to 36th District Court with all of his belongings. All right, very good. Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
there's Counsel Bazzi that's on. Counsel, who do you have on deck today?
Thank you, Judge. I'm here for Anthony Agnew, who is present in the Zoom meeting as well.
All right, Agnew. I do have Anthony Agnew. I have the following: case number SP 124-723-31. Counsel, your appearance.
Thank you, Judge. Hussein Bazzi, P85891, appearing on behalf of Anthony Agnew. I'm standing in for the attorney of record.
Thank you. And is that with Mr. Agnew's permission?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Agnew, if you could unmute your mic as well.
Thank you. Mr. Agnew, state your full name for the record, please.
My name's Anthony Agnew.
All right, thank you, Mr. Agnew. Counsel, today your client is scheduled for an arraignment, charged with drag racing spectator.
Judge, at this time, my client stands mute to the charges and allegations.
Hey, counsel, are you requesting a pretrial date?
Yes, Judge, I am.
All right, thank you. I am entering a plea of not guilty. I am going to set this matter for pretrial, and that pretrial date is going to be on the 22nd of June. And that'll be at 10 o'clock a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Judge, not at this time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience, counsel.
Thank
Have
you.
a
and
good
have a
day.
wonderful day. Thank you and have a wonderful day, Judge.
All right. All right. Mr. Fikens, who do we have up next?
Mr. Ellis Okari.
Where do you see?
He's on page 2, halfway down, Judge.
No, what's the last name again?
Ellis Okari, Alzokari.
Oh, yes, I see it now. Yes, thank you, sir. I didn't see him on my screen. All right, very good. I have case number SP 125-24051. Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Musla Alzokari.
Thank you and good afternoon to you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Judge, because he has shown compliance, there's a recommendation to dismiss. We join in that recommendation, stipulate to probable cause.
All right, thank you. He has no other outstanding matters in his file. Therefore, he'll get his dismissal on today. The matter is dismissed without prejudice, sir. Thank you for your patience, okay?
No, thank you.
All right. Mr. Fikens, who do we have up next?
Mr. Al Talakani, he's the name right above Mr. El Zakari's on the list.
So I could log out?
Listen,
Yes, sir, you can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I have case number SP 128-92051. Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Jafar Talakani.
Thank you and good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
Okay, counsel.
Your Honor, in this matter, because he's shown compliance, there's a recommendation to dismiss. We join in that recommendation, stipulate to probable cause.
Thank you. He has no other matters located in his file. Therefore, I am dismissing the matter without prejudice. Thank you, counsel. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, who do we have up next, Mr. Fikens?
Shalonda Ayers.
All right, Ms. Ayers, if you could unmute for me. I have case number SP 123-97091. State your full name, Ms. Ayers.
Yolanda Denise Ayers.
Thank you,
You're most
counsel, and good
welcome.
afternoon to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Your
All right,
Honor,
counsel.
thank you, Judge. In this case, Your Honor, my client wishes to avail herself of the offer. She'll be tendering a plea of guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The recommendation is that it would be dismissed upon payments of fines and costs.
All right, very good. Ma'am, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, in this matter, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No, sir.
Ma'am, I bring you back on the date and time of the citation. At that time, were you in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you allow an unlicensed driver to drive your automobile?
Correct. Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied as well. I am accepting your plea of guilty. I'm still on the record. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I am going to assess our cost in the amount of $195. The fine will be $25. How quickly can you get it paid, ma'am?
Tomorrow?
You can pay it tomorrow?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I am going to adjourn this to pay and for dismissal. And I am going to put that on for tomorrow, which is, I'll have to put it on for Friday. It'll be June 17th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid on tomorrow, you do not have to come back. It will automatically be dismissed, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Have a better
All right.
one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, who's next?
Vincent Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen. I have the following for you. I have SP 1244039, counts 1 and 2. Mr. Allen, unmute and state your name for the record, please.
Vincent Allen.
Thank you, sir. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Mr. Allen. Just keep your voice up, okay, when I'm going to be talking with you. Your
Please.
Honor, in this matter, my client wishes to avail himself of the offer. He'll be tendering a plea of guilty to driving while license suspended, asking the court to reduce that to fail to display and dismiss the no insurance ticket.
All right, he also has a civil infraction. Did he pay for that tinted windows?
He did not pay, Judge. He did show me, though, that he fixed that, but I thought that was, I guess I assumed he already took care of that, but if that's still open, we'd have to pass on him so we could get that matter dismissed.
All right, are you able to reach out to Mr. Rosenthal?
I will try, Judge. Once we're done with the other people, I'll try to reach out.
All
I'll
right,
try to do-
very
I'll try to-
good.
if I can do it by
It
texting.
shows-
If I can do it by texting right now, Judge, I will.
Okay, wonderful. And it looks like Mr. Fikens, he's paid something for defective and missing equipment. However, he did not pay count 3 for that improper for the windows. Okay,
Yes, Judge, thank you.
okay, so text Mr. Rosenthal. I'm gonna pass on you, Mr. Allen. I don't take pleas when people owe us money. We have to square everything away. So we'll get you squared away today, okay?
Okay.
All right, put yourself on mute. Mr. Fikens, are you working by yourself today, Mr. Fikens?
No, Mr. Griffin is here. He's working in another room. He probably got an unfair share of clients, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, who do we have next, Mr. Fikens?
Damon Adams.
All right, Mr. Adams.
Yes.
All right, I have the following for you. Case number SB 1310323, counts 1, 2, and 3. I also have SB 1310324. State your full name for me, please.
Damon Adams.
Thank you, and good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right, he has a total of 5 matters because he also has a civil infraction for tenant windows that does not appear on, let me make sure I'm saying that right. 4, 3, let me see. No, that one is on here.
Yes,
So I'm trying to figure out why he only has,
there's 5 there, Judge.
is it 5? Oh, I missed one when I read them into the record. That's what happened. Case number SP 1310324-1. All right, Mr. Fikens, how
Thank
are
you.
we proceeding?
Judge,
Thank
if
you.
My client wishes to avail himself of the offer. If he pleads guilty to the last one the court mentioned, 3241, that's no insurance misdemeanor, the court will reduce that to improper plates. He'd also be tendering a plea of responsible to the violation of basic speed law, and that would be amended to blockading traffic. My client wishes to, the rest of the matters would be dismissed.
All right, wonderful. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and tender a plea of guilty and responsible. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty and responsible today?
No.
Sir, I bring you back to the date and time of this incident. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And you did not have proper insurance at that time, correct?
Yes.
And also you admit that you violated the basic speeding law. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied, both as to his constitutional waiver and the factual basis.
All right, I am accepting your plea of guilty. I'm following the recommendation to amend one matter to improper plates and to amend the civil infraction to blockading traffic. Mr. Fikens, I am ready for sentencing.
Your Honor, I'm happy that he came in and wanted to take care of these matters, Judge. He did the right thing. He has now obtained insurance, so that's very good. And I think that's partly why he got the good offer he did. So we'd ask the court to take that into account, knowing full well that the civil infraction is set by statute, not by the court.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. I am sentencing as follows. With respect to the civil infraction, the statutory fine is $175. And then for the misdemeanor, the cost would be $195 and the fine $25. How quickly can your client get both of those paid so he can get his dismissals?
Can I have 2 weeks?
You only need 2 weeks?
Really, I need 30 days, but I could probably do it in 2 weeks.
Nope, I'll give you 30 days, sir, because I need you to get it done, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, you're very welcome. So I'm gonna have you pay this. I'm gonna place him on my docket for an adjourn to pay, and the other matters will be adjourned to dismiss or review. And that is going to be on July 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid before that date, you don't need to come back. Your
Okay,
remaining matters will be dismissed and the other matters that you paid will be closed. If you don't get them paid, you're gonna be right back where you started from, okay?
oh no, I'll get them paid. But so it's like 420 total?
It's about that, sir.
You'll have to call the clerk to, go ahead,
Okay.
Mr. Fikens, unless you have an amount.
Just an approximate one, sir. The best thing to do is call the clerk or call the court.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right,
Thank you,
bye-bye.
Thank you. Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Fikens, who do we have up next?
Mr. Andrews, Anwar Andrews.
All right, thank you. I have the following. For Mr. Andrews, I have case number SP 125-11851. Mr. Andrews, state your full name, please.
Anwar Kenneth Andrews.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you.
Okay, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. After speaking with my client, he wishes to enter a not guilty plea. Stands mute, asks the court to enter a not guilty plea, I'm sorry, and he seeks a bench trial date at this time.
All right, thank you. I will enter a not guilty plea on behalf of your client. Would you please establish for the record that your client understands his right to a jury trial and that he's giving up that right?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a jury trial, correct?
Yes.
And you understand, as you and I talked about, that if you give up that right at this point in time, you can't have it back later on. You understand that?
Yes.
And you're making this decision freely and voluntarily, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied as well. I am going to set this matter for a bench trial on July 8th, 2022, and that will be at 11 o'clock a.m. Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, who do we have up next, Mr. Fikens?
Mr. Alfat Lawi.
Okay, thank you. He is on the docket, right?
He is,
Yes, I
Judge.
found it. I have him. I have case number U 629-25222. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Hussein Al-Falawi, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, and good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you.
All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, even though this matter is set for a show cause, meaning that he could have missed a date, he did explain to me this is the first time he's gotten notice of this case, and he came right away because he takes it very seriously. It's a disorderly conduct charge. Having said that, Your Honor, and I advised him that this court may set a bond in this matter, we do wish to stand mute ask the court to enter a not guilty plea, and we seek a bench trial date at this time.
All right, please establish that your client understands his right to a jury trial counsel. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in this matter, you have a right to a jury trial, correct?
Yes, sir.
And after weighing all the possibilities, and as we've talked about, you wish to have a bench trial, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And you're making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm satisfied.
I'm satisfied as well. I am setting the bench trial for July 8th, 2022, and that will be at 11 o'clock a.m. Okay?
Is that also a Zoom hearing?
Yes, sir. That will be over Zoom, okay?
Thank you.
All
Thank you, Your
right,
Honor.
thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
Counsel, who do we have up next?
I have Ms. Osbrooks, Ausbrooks,
All right, thank you. I have the following. For Ms. Osbrooks, I have SB 123-8441, counts 1 and 2. Ms. Osbrooks, please state your full name for the record.
Danya Osbrooks.
Thank you, ma'am, and good afternoon to you.
You're welcome. Good afternoon to you also.
All right, Mr. Fikens, what are we
Thank you.
doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Osbrooks wants to, she told me she had difficulties last time logging on. She had some technical difficulties. That's why it was set for a pretrial. She wanted to take care of the matter back then, but couldn't. And I just want to let this court know that she's very responsible and wants to take care of her matters and doesn't wish to expose the court and everybody else to a lot of extra time on her behalf. She does wish to avail herself of the offer. She'd be entering a guilty plea to a no operator's license on person, asking the court to reduce it to fail to display and dismiss the no insurance ticket.
All right, and so Mr. Fikens, your client has 3 outstanding civil infractions here at 36th District Court. I'm not certain that she's paid them. And so if you want to look and check with the prosecutor, I don't know, or we can just make sure that she gets all her payments in before she can get her dismissal.
She's such a nice lady, Judge. I'd like to, if we could, take a little time to try to work out those civil infractions. I know it would save her a lot of money if I could talk to the prosecutor on behalf of Ms. Osbrooks.
All right, then I'll have you do that. Thank you. You'll have to hang with us a little while longer, Ms. Osbrooks. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Fikens, who else do we have?
Ms. Sanad Elbow-Baker.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. I have the following case numbers: SP 130-85741, SP 130-8554, counts 1 and 2. Sir, please state your full name for the record.
Sanad Abu Bakr.
Thank you, and good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Your Honor, because he has now obtained his license and took care of other matters, if he tenders a responsible plea to the flashing red light, that is case number ending in 5541, the court would dismiss the other 2 matters.
All right, very good. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. You may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Correct.
And you would waive that right and enter a responsible plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Correct.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead responsible today?
No.
Sir, I bring you back on the date and time of the citation. On that night, did you disregard a flashing red signal?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Judge, that's to be modified to blockading traffic, if I didn't say that.
Okay, wonderful. I am accepting your plea. Is that his file? Okay, I am accepting your plea of responsible. I am amending the charge to blockading traffic. I am assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175.
Okay.
And then as to the remaining two matters, sir, how quickly can you get the $175 paid?
Today I'm outside the district court.
Oh, pay it today. And so what I'll do is I'll set it up, adjourn to pay for tomorrow, which is June 16, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. If you get it paid today, you can even call and let the clerk know and we'll dismiss your other two matters, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. Come on in and pay it.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Judge, lastly,
right.
from the Mr. Allen, A. Allen, he had that defective equipment case. Given his plea, the prosecutor is willing to dismiss that civil infraction.
All right, that wasn't A. Allen. I thought that was Vincent Allen.
Oh, did I say the wrong person?
Yes, I think so.
Yes, I did say the wrong person. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It says
All
me
right,
right
so
there,
then
Judge, and I looked at it.
All right, so I'm gonna recall Mr. Allen, Vincent Allen. And I have the following for Vincent Allen. Case numbers SP 1244039, counts 1 and 2. And then I also have count 3. All right, sir, state your name for the record again.
Vincent Allen.
Thank you. Let me have you raise your right hand, please. No, you have to raise your hand.
Oh, I'm
Your
sorry.
actual hand. Thank you. Do you, okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. Please place your hand down. All right, Mr. Fikes, you're in.
Mr. Allen, that might make the court highlight reel. I'm not sure. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and tender a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Sir, on the date and time of the citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
When stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, you could not produce a valid license. Is that correct? Because you did not have one?
Correct.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor. The recommendation is to dismiss the other two matters and reduce that charge to failure to display.
Yes, sir. I'm accepting the plea of guilty. I am reducing the charge to failure to display a license. And then I am ready for sentencing. Mr. Fikes, I'm assessing your client costs in the amount of $200. The fine will be $50. How quickly can your client get that paid?
I just need a week.
All right, very good. So I am going to adjourn this to pay. And I will give you, actually what I'll do is I will give you until June 30th, 2022. Get it paid before that date. I'm placing you on my docket for 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid, you don't have to come back. We'll dismiss the matters that should be dismissed, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you for your patience, sir.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, Mr. Fikes, do you have anybody else?
No, Your Honor, I'm going to check with the prosecutor on Ms. Osbrooks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Attorney Griffin, I'm ready for you.
Okay, yes, Your Honor. I would like to start with, we have one client. I know they've already asked for a interpreter multiple times, but I don't think we have one. So I would just ask for an adjournment for one client.
Yes, we weren't able to get an interpreter.
She said she was trying to, I haven't got a response. I called her back and she said that it should be on in a minute though.
Okay, so let's pass on that for now, Mr. Griffin, okay?
Not a problem, Your Honor. I would ask that the court call Terrell Askew.
Mr. Askew, it seems like Mr. Askew has been before us
I
on
don't-
another occasion. He has.
Yes.
All right, let me place it on the record. I have case number SP 124-94911. Mr. Askew, state your full name, please.
Terrell Anthony Askew.
All right, thank you. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
It's Herman Griffin on behalf of Mr. Askew, P 77169. Your Honor, today's date and time set for an arraignment. Client waives formal reading, stands mute to the charges, and we ask to proceed for the pretrial.
All right, thank you. I'll set this matter for a
I
pretrial.
apologize, Your Honor. I'm saying he's going to accept the recommendation. We're asking permission to continue and place the pretrial recommendation on the record.
Oh, yes, okay, very good. You may do so at this time.
Okay, Your Honor, it's my understanding is the charges no insurance, right? My client was able to provide documentation. I did submit that documentation to the prosecutor. Prosecutor has asked for dismissal in the matter, Your Honor, because of for valid documentation.
All right, wonderful. He has no other matters outstanding in his folder. And so I am dismissing the matter without prejudice. Thank you, Mr. Askew. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.
All right, who do we have up next, Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, on the screen, I see a Kelvin Anderson.
All right, Mr. Anderson, I have the following. I have case number SP 123-96822. Mr. Anderson, state your full name.
Kelvin LaDon Anderson.
All right, and so on this one, your client has 2 civil infractions, counts 1 and 3. And I don't know that he's paid, but there will be no reduction of charges or anything until these are paid. So you want to proceed and give him a chance to pay for them. One is disregarding a traffic control device. The other is defective or missing equipment.
But those matters are in default status. Isn't that correct, Your Honor?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so he understands he has to pay everything before he can get a full dismissal of the charge that's being, for the amended. The ones that are in default are not a part of the recommendation, Your Honor. What I have is just the no insurance misdemeanor is being reduced to improper plate.
Yes, but he won't get that reduction until everything is paid, okay? I'll take his plea today, but he won't get it until everything has been paid.
Okay.
Okay?
Understood.
All right, thank you.
Sir, don't you? Sir, Mr. Anderson, you understand that, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Griffin, you may proceed as to what the offer is that he would plead guilty. What would be the reduced charge as to count 2?
Your Honor, I have the original charge is no insurance misdemeanor. The plea recommendation from the prosecutor is that he will plead to improper plates.
That it'll be reduced to improper plates.
Yes, right. It'll be reduced to improper plates, amended to improper plates.
All right, very good. And so you may proceed as to constitutional and then factual basis.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, do you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand that by pleading guilty, you give up your rights that you would have had at trial?
Yes.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I move forward?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, on the date and time in question, were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you stopped by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
Is it true that your car did not have insurance when the officer stopped you?
Yes.
Did you receive a ticket for no insurance?
Yes.
Your Honor, is the court satisfied?
I am satisfied. I am accepting your plea. I am amending the charge to improper plates. I am assessing our costs in the amount of $200. The fine will be $50. When can you get this matter paid in full?
How much is it altogether?
I don't know. You have to call the clerk.
Okay.
You may have, I don't know if he has some lien costs or whatever. I don't know.
He has those, I guess it's those civil infractions that he's adding on to the cost.
Oh, he'll have to call the clerk. I won't do, no, I'm trying to get
Your
to
Honor,
my document.
Can we give him 30 days, and then if there's an issue, he can show up on that date if he needs to request more time?
That's wonderful. That's what I'll do. I'll give you time to pay. And so I'll adjourn this to pay until July 15th. Yes, July 15th, 2022. Put it on my docket at 10:30 a.m., okay?
Okay, thank you.
So get your civil infractions paid before that date as well, okay?
I will.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, who do we have up next?
One preliminary matter, Your Honor. I just want to say for all of my clients, please turn on your cameras at this point. Please turn on your cameras and mute your device, or you will not be heard in the court. So, Your Honor, next I would have the court will be able to call Stephen Adolph.
I'm sorry, Stephen, somebody needs to mute their device. Stephen Adolph, okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
I'm here.
All right, thank you, sir. Give me 1 second, I have to locate you.
Yes, ma'am.
Under 145, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I have the following for Stephen Adolph. I have case numbers SP 124-55521, U 151-50514, SP 124-5539, counts 1, 2, and 3. And then I have case number U 686-86310. Mr. Adolph, please state your full name for the record.
Stephen Brian Adolph.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, counsel, how are we proceeding? Oh, let's make sure everything is accounted for. It looks like it is. Yes, sir. All right, counsel, what are we doing?
Your Honor, for the matter that is scheduled for a hearing pre-trial, my client wants to waive his right to a jury trial and set these matters for a bench trial. I would ask that the matter that's scheduled for review would just be set for adjourned for a review on the date that the court gives. But he still would understand that he needs to bring in money on that day for the matter that's scheduled for review.
So the matter that's scheduled for review, what are we reviewing?
Your Honor, it was, I misread it. I thought they were all hearing and pre-trials. But it's he probably just owes money on that because it's a junk dealer license case. So more likely he just owes money.
So I don't understand, why are we giving more time to pay money for a 2010 case? It's 2022.
I didn't know nothing about it.
Well, you did know something about it because you pled guilty to it and you were assessed fines and costs.
Right,
So
right.
you did, sir.
Right, I'm saying
You
that.
did.
Yes, I do. I know about it now. I'm saying before that, I thought it was all taken care of.
Okay. Your Honor, I would ask.
1 second. 1 second, please. Officer, can you mute me for 1 second, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Oh, whatever she want me to do, I do it.
Put your device on mute, sir.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
All right. Thank you. Half of my face. All right. And so, yeah, Mr. Griffin, I'm not understanding why he has not paid this money. So listen, you've asked me to set these for, what are you asking me to set the free trials for?
For a bench trial, Your Honor.
All right, I'll set it for a bench trial, but he needs to pay this ticket before his bench trial day. Mr. Adolph, can you get this paid?
Your Honor, hit
Oh,
the.
you're on. You
Yes,
need it.
ma'am, I can. I just need to know how much it is.
Sir, I'm getting ready to tell you. Hold on. It's $320, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am, I can get it paid.
Okay, and if you divide that by 12 years, that comes to about what? $20 a year. Yeah, you can get it paid. All right, very good. It's yeah. All right, and so listen, Mr. Adolph, I want you to get this paid. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I want you to get it paid. Because you're not gonna be able to get dismissals or anything, even if officers don't show up until you pay this ticket. So I'm gonna give you until, I'll bring this back on July 8th, okay?
Yes, ma'am. And I'll have
That's
it paid.
enough time for you to get it paid, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm gonna bring this back for July 8th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. I'm also going to schedule the remaining matters for hearings and for trial on that date of July 8th, 2022, and I'll schedule that for 10:30 a.m., okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Attorney Griffin, any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Oh, establish what kind of trial your client is getting.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
We talked about the difference between a jury trial and the bench trial. Is that correct, sir?
Yes.
And you indicated to me that you wanted this to set you wanted to set the matter for a bench trial where only the judge would hear the facts of the case. Is that true?
Yes.
You understand that you're waiving your right to a jury trial in these matters?
Yes.
Okay, you still want to move forward with the bench trial. Is that true?
Yes.
Is the court satisfied, Your Honor?
I'm satisfied. And so July 8th is our day at 10:30 a.m. You're gonna get that ticket paid and then you'll come on to see if anybody shows up for your trial, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate that.
All right, very good. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. You're excused.
You too.
All right. All right. For Miss Vivian, thank you for joining us on today. Mr. Griffin, I'd like to send Miss Vivian into a breakout room with the person that requires an interpreter, and Mr. Fikens can take care of it because I need to keep moving my docket.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were just going to ask, Your Honor. It's Mr. Alvarez.
Señora Avilés, vamos a ir a un cuarto virtual, una sala privada, así puedes hablar con su abogado.
Bueno, sí.
Okay.
All right. And so, Ms. Wilson, if you could place the interpreter and Mr. Avilés into a breakout room where Mr. Fikens is located, that would be great.
Tenés que ir a la invitación en su pantalla.
All right. Who do we have up next, Mr. Griffin?
Naziz Alam.
All right, thank you. I have the following case number SP 124-226. Strike that, SP 124-2669, counts 1 and 2. Sir, please state your name for the record.
Naeez Alam.
Thank you. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that this matter is set for an arraignment today. Client waives formal reason, stands new to the charge, and then we were able to pre-try the matter, and there's a recommendation that the matters be dismissed after presenting valid documentation.
All right, very good. Your client has no other matters in his file. here at 36th District Court. Therefore, I am dismissing both counts without prejudice with the stipulation of probable cause.
Defendant so stipulates, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're free to leave, sir. Your matters have been dismissed.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Ms. Drew, on that matter for counsel that's out in the audience, good afternoon to you. I have already dismissed that matter. So if there is something that has to be done with the records, you're gonna have to reach out to the clerk, to your supervisor, to Ms. Thomas or to Ms. Knight, because there's nothing more for me to do. If it was, no, I don't do expungements.
Which file we're talking about?
This for me, Your Honor?
Yes.
I apologize. David Draper, P43750. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Excellent. So it's my read that we can expunge the matter just based on reading the statute. And I understand the court saying it's dismissed, but it still exists on his record.
And that's what I figured you were talking about. And that's why I want you to reach out to Ms. Knight, because if it was a delayed sentence, which is what you said it was, it should not be, it's my understanding that it should not be disclosed. And so, because it's as if it never happened. So that's why I need you to reach, because there's nothing more for me to do. But I will make sure, I'm not gonna have you just blowing in the wind. I'm gonna make sure you get taken care of, okay?
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
You're very welcome.
Should I check with your clerk or?
Nope, she's gonna call her supervisor right now, let them know that it was a delayed sentence.
Yes.
And we need to know what needs to happen because it's showing up on his background check and it should not be disclosed. What is the charge though?
I think it was a retail fraud is my memory.
And that matter was with me. That matter should not have even been with me. Hold on. Retail fraud is not with me.
I'm just talking. Hold on. I'm sorry. It was trespass.
Okay, that may have been with me. Okay, all right. So give her an opportunity to call and find out how to get it done and let them know I need to get it done. You're very welcome. All right, Mr. Griffin, who do you have up next?
Darius Atkins, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Atkins, you can unmute for me. I have case number SP 124-30351. Mr. Atkins, please state your full name.
Darius Atkins.
Thank you, and good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
All right. All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that this is a show cause for driving license suspended. There is a recommendation. My client wants to plead to the amended charge. He'll be pleading to driving while license suspended, but it's going to be amended to failure to display, Your Honor, upon recommendation by the prosecutor.
Thank you. Mr. Atkins, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Dodson, your case was scheduled for this morning. You were not present at the time that your case was scheduled when I called it. And so I have a full docket this afternoon. So you are in warrant status at this time, and you would need to come into the court on tomorrow if you want to have your matters heard. I'm not going to reopen them today. I'm so sorry, because I don't have a 3 o'clock docket, sir. I don't. I'm just still here from the 1:30 docket, but I don't have a docket that starts at 3, especially when your case was scheduled for 10 o'clock this morning. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye now. All right. Counsel, you may proceed. How are we proceeding? You said he's going to plead and the matter will be reduced to failure to display. And so let me have you raise your right hand, Mr. Atkins. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Griffin, you may proceed. Can I get an ROA?
Yes, Your Honor. Sir,
Atkins.
you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter, correct?
Yes.
You understand by pleading guilty, you give up your rights that you would have had at trial?
Yes.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything in order to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Are you pleading guilty to driving while license suspended because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, may we move forward?
Yes, you may.
Okay. Sir, on date and time in question, were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Before you were when you were driving, were you pulled over by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And while you were driving, right before you were pulled over, is it true that you were driving while your license was suspended at the time?
Yes, sir.
Did you receive a ticket for driving while license suspended by a police officer?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, is the court satisfied?
I am satisfied, counsel. I'm accepting your client's plea of guilty. Your client does have an outstanding civil infraction that he needs to pay here at 36th District Court. And so I'm going to allow him to have the amended charge, and as long as he gets it paid at the civil infraction as well as this ticket, then he'll be fine. If not, he'll be right back at square one, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so the cost on this particular matter is $200. The fine will be $50. How much time do you need to pay everything? Do you need 30 days, sir?
About 2-3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Your Honor,
All
we
right.
for 30 days. He still has
30
to pay this matter and the outstanding matter that's the civil infraction.
Civil infraction. Yes, sir. All right, and so let's have you pay it by July 15th, before July 15th, 2022. I'm putting it on my docket for 10:30 a.m. If for some reason you don't get your civil infraction paid and this matter paid, you need to return to court, okay? And
Yes.
then, because otherwise I'm gonna set everything aside and you're gonna go into a warrant status, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, who do we have up next?
We have Mr. Allen, first name Anzyo.
Okay, thank you. Last name Allen, okay. I don't see him on my docket. Where do you see him? Help me out, Mr. Griffin.
Not a problem, Your Honor. It's on the second page under 130 in the middle.
Oh, that's because I didn't look on the second page. All right, I have it. Yes, SP 122-41371. Sir, please unmute and state your full name for the record.
Anzyo Vanille Allen.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you too.
All right, counsel, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, today's date and time set for an arraignment in this matter. It's my understanding my client is waiving formal reading, stands mute to the charges, and then we'd like to move forward with the preacher. We would like to move forward entering the plea.
All right, counsel, and what are the terms of the plea?
My client's plea are as follows, Your Honor, is as follows. The driving license suspended is the original charge and is being amended to failure to display.
All right, thank you, sir. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Griffin, you may proceed.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Sir, do you understand that you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes, sir.
You understand by pleading guilty, you give up your rights that you would have had at a trial?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you can't come back later and say that you want a trial after you plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Are you pleading guilty because you are guilty of driving while license suspended?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, may I move forward? May I continue?
Yes, please do.
Okay, sir, on daytime in question, were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
On the time, were you stopped by a Detroit police officer that day?
Yes.
Right before you were stopped, is it true that you were driving while your license was suspended at the time?
Yes.
Okay, did the officer give you a ticket for driving while license suspended?
Yes.
Okay. Your Honor, is the court satisfied?
I'm satisfied. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I am amending the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. I am assessing our cost in the amount of $195. Your fine will be $25. How quickly can you get this paid, sir?
In about 3 weeks.
All right, I am going to adjourn this to pay. I'll adjourn it for July 15th, 2022. It'll be on my docket at 10:30 a.m. As long as you get it paid before that date, you do not have to return. If you fail to get it paid, then you should return to court on that date at that time. Otherwise, it will go into warrant status, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. All right, are you ready on Mr. Andery?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have case number SP 124-57891. Sir, please state your full name for the record.
David Elias Andery.
Thank you, sir, and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon to you, Your Honor.
All right, how are we proceeding, Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor, it's my understanding there's a plea. My client wants to avail himself of that plea. I'm just trying to see if today is the arraignment.
Today is show cause.
Show cause. Okay. So yes, Your Honor, he wants to avail himself of the plea recommendation.
Thank you. Please raise your right hand, sir. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, counsel, what is the terms of the plea? Can I get his file, please? Yes.
The original charge is driver's license, driving while license revoked, Your Honor. The recommendation is that he plead to amend the charge of failure to display a valid driver's license.
Or that the charge be amended to failure to display?
Yes, Your Honor. The charge be amended to failure to display.
All right, very good. You may proceed.
Sir, do you understand you have a right to a trial in this matter?
Yes.
You understand by pleading guilty, you give up your rights that you would have had at a trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that you can't come back later and say that you want a trial after you plead guilty?
Yes.
Okay, has anybody forced you, threatened you, or promised you anything to plead guilty?
No.
Are you guilty of driver's license, driving while license revoked?
Yes.
Okay, and you want to take advantage of the plea recommendation?
Yes.
Okay, now may I continue, Your Honor?
Yes, you may.
Sir, on date and time in question, were you driving in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
Were you stopped by a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
And when the Detroit police officer stopped you, is it true that you were driving while your license was previously revoked or revoked at the time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, what was it? Was your license revoked at the time of driving?
Yes.
Okay. And did you receive a ticket for driving while your license was revoked?
Yes.
Satisfied, Your Honor?
I'm satisfied. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I'm amending the charge to failure to display a valid operator's license. I'm assessing costs in the amount of $200. The fine will be $50. How quickly can you get it paid, sir?
Yep. May I, for you, sir, can I just say it for you?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, Your Honor, my client indicated to me he has a lot of medical issues. He's not working right now. We're asking the court to consider 90 days, but if not 90 days, maybe 45 days, and just have, like, he pay what he can pay and then comes back in on that day if it's not paid in full. But we just want the court to know his financial situation.
I will put it on for September 30th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as he gets it paid before that date, he does not have to come back. If he doesn't, then I'm going to set everything aside, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. All right, are we ready on either matters that are still pending?
We're ready on Evelez.
Okay.
Estamos listos para el señor Avilés. Enciende su micrófono y su video. Turn on your microphone and video. Okay, there we go.
All right, very good. I have the following matter. I have case number SP 133-47131. Before I do that, Miss Vivian, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret the words as spoken by the parties in today's matters, that you will do so completely and accurately without any additions or deletions, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Please state your name and your qualifications for the record.
My name is Antonia, Antonia. My last name is Vivian, Vivian. I am a qualified Spanish English interpreter for the state of Michigan.
Thank you so much. Now I'm calling the case SP 133-47131. Mr. Aviles, please state your full name for the record.
Este es el caso SP 13-34-71-31. Señor Áviles, diga su nombre completo por la acta.
Okay. Christian Junior Aviles.
Christian Junior Áviles.
Thank you and good afternoon to you, sir.
Gracias y buenas tardes, señor.
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
All right, Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding?
Señor Fikens, ¿cómo vamos a proceder?
Your Honor, because he showed compliance in all three matters, the one that he is on the docket for and the two other civil infractions, there's a recommendation to dismiss.
Su
All three
señoría,
matters?
su señoría, porque el acusado ha mostrado la documentación para las infracciones civiles, que eran las dos, y también la documentación para la etiqueta original. Nosotros queremos mover adelante con renuncio del caso.
Yes, as to all three matters, Judge, there's a recommendation for a dismissal.
Sí, para los tres cargos hay una recomendación de renuncio.
We join in that recommendation and stipulate to probable cause.
Y nosotros nos juntamos con esa recomendación y estipulamos a la causa probable.
Mr. Fikens, I don't have case numbers, so would that be counts 2 and 3 of the case number that I read into the record?
Y
No,
yo
Your
no
Honor.
tengo los números del caso, sería cargo 2 y 3 para el mismo número de cargos, señor Fikens.
No, Your Honor, those case numbers would be the following.
Estos son los números del caso.
SP 12585922
Es SP 1258-5922
and SP 12585923.
y SP 1258-5923.
All right, very good. Ms. Drew, I wrote this up on the back of one matter. And so I want to make sure he gets all three dismissals. I'm dismissing them without prejudice.
Entonces yo escribí
Alright.
todo esto en la parte de atrás de este original asunto. Así renunciamos todos los tres cargos sin prejuicio.
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right, very good, sir. You are free to leave. And thank you, Miss Vivian, for helping us out.
Oh, thank you. And you're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good afternoon. Señor Avilés, usted está libre para irse. Todo ya está listo. Terminamos aquí hoy.
Ok, gracias.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, are you ready on Miss Osbrook?
Judge, we've tried to go into a breakout room. I can say on the record, though, that of the three civil infractions, if she's willing to enter a responsible plea to the seatbelt, which is the cheapest ticket, the prosecution would recommend dismissing the other two civil infractions outright.
All right, so she would plead responsible, and then the other ones would be dismissed.
That is correct. If she wishes to do that, she'll also be tendering a plea to no license, asking this court to reduce it to fail to display.
All right, very good. Ms. Osbrooks, are you ready to go forward?
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to receive, that I'm about to receive? Do you? Okay, it's been a long day. All right, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Ficus, you may proceed. Help me out.
No, I think I need more help, Judge, but I'll give it a try. Ma'am, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to give up that right and plead guilty on one matter and responsible on another, is that correct?
Yes.
Realizing that 3 other matters will be dismissed, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty and responsible?
No, sir.
Ma'am, I bring you back to the date and time of the citation. Were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And when stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license, you could not do so because your license was not valid, correct?
Yes.
And also, at the date and time of the citation, you're admitting responsibility to a seatbelt offense. Is that correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. I'm accepting her plea of guilty as to the misdemeanor, and I'm amending that charge to failure to display. I'm accepting her plea of responsible as to the seatbelt charge. I think that fine is $120, Mr. Ficus.
I thought it was 60. I thought it was 65 unless it's been modified, Judge.
Let me make sure. Maybe I was looking at something else. It's 65. It is 65.
Yes, it is, Judge.
It's 65. All right. And so $65 is what I'll assess for the seatbelt violation. And then as to the misdemeanor, I am going to assess our cost at $200. The fine will be $25. Ma'am, how much time do you think you need to get everything paid so you can get your dismissals?
30 days.
All right, wonderful. I am going to adjourn to pay. And I will give you until July 15th, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. If you get it paid, you don't have to come back. If you don't, you need to come back because I'm going to set aside all of this wonderful work that Mr. Ficus has done on your behalf. So you want to make sure you get everything paid before July 15th, okay?
Yes.
And Judge, we want to thank you. I just want to thank you for the opportunity on Ms. Osberg's behalf to deal with those other civil infractions and allow those to bring up, because if she doesn't know, she saved a lot of money today. She thinks she has to spend a lot of money. She saved a lot of money. So I hope she realized that, and we thank the court.
I really appreciate it.
Yes, all right, very good. And I'm glad you're here. So make sure you follow up, okay?
Hey, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You do the same. Thank you. All right. Is that everyone on the docket?
So just give them a call tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Bye. All right, bye-bye. All right, I am ready to call the remainder of my docket. I'm on page 2. I am starting with the 1:30 p.m. for the show cause, My show cause date will be June 29th, 2022. And that is going to be at 1:35 p.m. For my misdemeanors, for my capias, the capias will be a personal bond unless stated otherwise by this court. All right. Give me just 1 second. Just checking the ones that I need to assess a monetary amount on. Give me 1 second, I'm almost there. All right, I'm ready. I have the following matters for Hakam Abu Al Sud, SP 1249999, counts 1 and 2. Both of those will be show cause. For Julian Adams, SP 1242568, counts 1, 2, and 3. Count, yes, 1, 2, and 3. All of those will be show cause. For Paris Agnew, case number SP 1250735, counts 1 and 2. Both will be show cause. For Sarah Ann Alalawi, SP 1232072, count 1 will be a show cause. No, let me take that back. Count 1 is a default judgment. Count 2 is a show cause. For Kamika Anderson, case number SP 1241772, counts 1, 2, and 3. And case number SP 11871721, all of those will be show cause. For
Judge,
Trabari Anderson, I'm sorry.
I thought if that's Nelson
Oh,
Anderson.
no, I'm sorry, I overread. You're absolutely right. That's a different Anderson. So for Kamika Anderson, case number SP 1241772, counts 1, 2, and 3. Those will be a show cause. And then for Nelson Anderson, thank you, Mr. Fikens, I have SP 1187171. That will also be a show cause. For Trabari Andrews, SP 1207099, counts 1 and 2. Those will be show cause. For Delbert Armstrong, SP 124584041, that will be a show cause. For Takari Armstrong, SP 1236354, counts 1 and 2. Both will be show cause. For Marty Autry III, case numbers SP 1267670, count 1 will be a default judgment. Counts 2 and 3 will both be show cause. For Natalia Ayala, case number SP 1251697, counts 1, 2, and 3. All will be show cause. I'm now on the 135 docket. I have for Javon Aaron, SP 124411521. That is going to be a capias. For Al Abdulaziz, SP 1239329, count 1 is for reckless driving. That is going to be a capias with the bond at $25 cash or surety. Count 2 is going to be a capias with a personal bond. For Zakari Abdullah, case number SP 124254342, capias. For Abdullah 217369841, that's for reckless driving. That will be a capias with the bond of $25 cash or surety. For Hamza Abdullah High, SP 114849001, that will be a capias. For Jalen Abney, SP 1236931, for reckless driving, capias, $25 cash or surety. For Ebony Abraham, SP 1245901, that will be a capias. For Mohamed Adam, SP 1242981, capias. For Deshaun Adamson, case numbers SP 122739961, C5320641, SP 8029203, SP 8658731, 173229741, and all of those will be capias. For Rolanda Adley, case number SP 1246388, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 will be capious. For Cornisha Adams, 217414651, capious. For Tremaine Agee, SP 124575551, capious. For Raymond Alderson, SX 393-20691, capious. For Asia Alexander, SP 1245988, counts 1 and 2, both are capious. For Gary Ali, case number SP 1237709, count 1 is a capious with the personal bond. Count 2, he's charged with open alcohol in the motor vehicle as a driver. Capious will issue, that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. For Haran Ali, SP 1220863, that will be a capious. For Ajane Allen, case number SP 1245855, counts 1, 2, and 3. Those will all be capious. For Cache Allen, SP 1244155, counts 1, 2, and 3. All of those will be capious. For William Alley, 207-17925, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 matters will be capious. For Martell Alvin, case number SP 1245896, counts 1 and 2. Both will be capious. For Jamel Amerson, case number SP 124154111, that will be a capious. For Stanford Anders, SP 124-62141, capious. For Jerome Anderson, SP 124-0434, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 of those will be capious. For Keontae Anderson, case number SP 124-56471, that will be a capious. And then for Mr. Anderson, count 2 is for reckless driving. That will be a capious. The bond will be set at $25 cash or surety. For Rodney Anderson, case number SP 1244570, counts 1 and 2. Both are capious. I'm on page 4 for Rodney Anderson, SP 1244570, that will be a capious. For David Angeles, SP 1235985, charged with open alcohol in a motor vehicle as a driver, that will be a capious with a $50 bond, cash or surety. For Dwayne Arley, U 624-82221, that is an alcohol-related violation. Capious will issue, the bond is set at $25, cash or surety. For Arden Doyle Army, case number SP 123-11461, that will be a capious. For Samuel Orocho Mateo, 16243-894, counts 1 and 2, both will be capious. For Raymond Ashcraft, SP 123-97051, that will be a capious. For Jason Askew, U 611-52721, capious. For Lawrence Aitzman, U 600-83421, charged with accosting and soliciting, capious will issue, and that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. For Kenneth Atwood, SP 123-5125, counts 1, 2, and 3. All 3 will be capious. Going down to the 1:45 p.m. docket for Ladarius Allen, SP 124-1816, counts 1 and 2 will both be capious. And then as to count 3, charged with open alcohol in a motor vehicle as the driver, capious will issue, and that bond will be set at $50 cash or surety. Did I miss anything on the docket?
No, Your Honor.
Nothing. All right. All right, wonderful. Then we are all set. Thank you all. You did a great job. I appreciate you all. And I will see some of you on tomorrow. And then Mr. Griffin, we will be talking with you sometime this week, okay?
Not a problem, Judge. But I will say,
All right.
raising the hand, that was it for me.
Okay, almost took me out of here, sir. And we have a baseball game today and folks don't have afternoon docket.